Studio 7, and we got a comedy for you today. We're going to drift back to 1963. We're going to talk about a comedy called Move Over, Darling. And this movie stars Polly Bergen, James Garner, and Doris Day. Now, if you're a Marilyn Monroe fan, and you should be watching my channel because those movies will be coming up and we'll be talking about Marilyn Monroe, you're going to hear the story about Something's Gotta Give, the movie that destroyed her career before she turned into a pilled-up alcoholic, and that was unfortunate. But you've seen the scene takes where she's swimming in the pool without her top, if you're a Marilyn Monroe fan, and that's what got her kind of cut from this movie. And they were afraid to use the same title. They were afraid to use some of the same people. So what they did was they looked at a couple of people that they knew could do the romantic romp comedy and could overblow the bad and negative press that came from the few scenes and direction that was shot on Something's Got to Give. And so they found in them James Garner, who'd been doing movies like The Pink Jungle, The Thrill of It All, The Art of Love, as well as war movies like Darby's Rangers. And they found Doris Day, who, everybody loves Doris Day. Hitchcock loved Doris Day. She'd been in radio, she'd been in television. All the guys remember her from World War II. You know, she just done the Rock Hudson romp comedies. She was a standard, a flag bearer, a studio special. And Polly Bergen, you're going to go, who is Polly Bergen? Doesn't matter. She's the third wheel that shows up in this romantic kind of triangle movie. And these are where the romantic triangle comes from. If you've ever seen a movie called The Other Woman with Cameron Diaz and Kate Upton, you're going to get an idea of how this one plays along. It's not the same, but it's got that three-wheel feeling that you're going to need, and that's what happens here. It's directed by Michael Gordon. It's 103 minutes, and it was released in 1963, and it's a 20th Century Fox production. And I dig it. I dig it because it's fun. I dig it because you're going to learn right off the bat that James Garner wants to get married, and his first wife is supposed to be legally dead until she shows up 3 days before his new wedding. That's what creates the Move Over, Darling. And that's all you need to know, and you're going to know it because most people, when they see my reviews, sometimes they'll go to the trailers. But this movie has been cruising Netflix for quite a while. It's been on for about the last 6 months. And I know that if you watch romantic comedies, it keeps recommending it, and you keep going, man, I don't want to watch a movie that old. Yes, you do. If you want to laugh your ass off, and you will, if you can keep up with the humor, you're going to do it with this movie. Is it a great movie, a fantastic movie, a wonderful movie? Yes, it's all those things. It's not a 7 out of 7 romantic comedy. Romantic comedies very rarely get to 7 out of 7. But they do get to 6 out of 7, and that's right where this belongs, because James Garner is wonderful, and Doris Day is wonderful, and the two of them together are excellent. They're better than Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. They're almost as good as Chris Pine, Tom Hardy, Reese Witherspoon, in one of my favorite new movies, This Means War. This movie, again, is called Move Over, Darling. It's wonderful. Go see it. And this is Studio 7 on YouTube West.